One of the more frequently asked questions I get from people who are looking to start cross-dressing or start their journey is, how can I put an outfit together? And I really do appreciate that it seems like quite a daunting task. Like, especially if you're a guy and all you've ever worn is just guy clothes, you're going to be naturally inexperienced when it comes to wearing clothes of the feminine variety. So today I thought I'd show you what one of my first ever cross-dressing outfits was, and I'm going to recreate it today to show you that putting an outfit together can be done very simply with very minimalist things, and it doesn't have to be overcomplicated to get a decent result. So without further ado, let's crack on with the outfit. I think it's best to start off with I suppose it's like a little shopping list for you guys, but don't worry, there's going to be nothing complicated on this list. It's going to be very easy things to get your hands on in most places. So first of all, we've got the centerpiece of the whole outfit, which is going to be this tartan / plaid skirt. I'm not sure which of those exact patterns it is. We'll say plaid or tartan. We'll use those terms interchangeably, I guess. They are really easy to source. Just look for any tartan, check or plaid skirt. It will serve the same purpose as this. You can go high-waisted if you want, like you want to suck that in and give yourself more hourglass. Maybe go for a high-waisted one. I've just gone for a normal waisted skirt, but because it actually has a decentish length, I can actually pull this higher and lower, depending on how I want it to look in the overall outfit. You're going to want a t-shirt. I mean, something like this that I'm wearing under my overalls will do fine, or just like a band t-shirt, or just anything really. Like, thankfully band t-shirts are very unisex, so you'll get away with that. Next, you're going to want a sweater, or a jumper as we call it here in the UK. Look, I just didn't want to confuse anyone, because a jumper in the US is like a jumpsuit, I think, or something similar to that. But yes, literally any sweater will do. I mean, this is a boy sweater. This is something I wear in boy mode, and it worked perfectly fine with this outfit. Alternatively, you could go with something like this, like a skinnier turtleneck, a bit more like figure hugging, a bit more feminine. But quite honestly, if you're on a low budget and this is your first time putting together an outfit, you can be forgiven for going for the boy jumper on this one, I think. The next thing you're going to need are 2 pairs of tights, and the reason you're going to need 2 pairs is because there's a nice, neat little layering trick. So yeah, stick around for that. And for shoes, well, as you're about to see, this outfit's pretty versatile. You can go with any different option really. You can go with like sneakers, heels, boots. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can go with anything for this outfit. Heck, if you're on a low budget and you can't afford some nice heels or something, like, just wear your boy sneakers with it. It will be fine. So first of all, just start with putting on your t-shirt. As I said, it could be a band t-shirt or some kind of graphic logo. Anything that's slightly unisex will do. Next, you're going to want to put on your sweater. The reason why I'm dressing the top layers first is because when the skirt goes on, that's going to go over the hem of the jumper. So now I've put the skirt on, and as you can see, I've sort of tucked the jumper into the skirt. This gives some like body shape effect to you, which can be altered by either lifting or lowering the waistband on the skirt. In relation to the position on your figure, you can figure out which one makes you look best. Personally, I like to wear mine a little bit above the hips, just to suck me in a little bit. Next, I've got the 2 pairs of tights. Now, as you can see, I've decided to put the nude tights on first. And the reason for this is, if you're a beginner, you're likely gonna have some reservations about shaving your legs. You know, like, I understand, guys, you know, you might have a missus or something that's not totally accepting of what you're doing. So a pair of shaved legs in the bedroom is suddenly just going to cause potential arguments. Personally, I was just always a little bit petrified of shaving. So when I started out many moons ago, I just used to put on a pair of really thick nude tights over my legs to make them look smoother. And then over the top, you'll notice that I'm layering the black nylons. Now, because these nylons are a bit sheerer, you can see through them, and it tricks the eye into thinking you've got like super smooth or maybe even nicely tanned legs, when in actuality you could have ogre stumps. So yeah, that's like a nice, neat little trick, I guess. Now it's time for the shoes, and this is the really cool thing about this outfit. You can wear pretty much any type of shoe with this outfit, and it won't make it look silly. It'll literally just change the vibe of what you were going for. So for example, you can wear heels to make it look a bit more professional or like sexy secretary style. If you haven't got a nice pair of heels or a nice pair of feminine shoes, you could probably just get away with wearing some boy sneakers. I mean, these are just my Vans that I wear when I'm in boy mode, and yeah, I mean, they look absolutely fine with this. It gives off a more like schoolgirly kind of vibe, or maybe even like a sporty vibe. Personally, my favourite choice to wear with this kind of outfit is boots, and they just kind of go with my overall style. I really like alternative fashion, and alternative girls always seem to have really nice boots, so yeah, boots all the way. And that's pretty much your basic first cross-dressing outfit done. If, you know, you're just messing around in your bedroom, trying on this outfit for the first time, you can leave it like this and it's absolutely fine. In fact, you could probably walk to the shops and it would be fine. However, what I'm going to go over next is just a couple of little simple touches you can add to just make this feel more three-dimensional and maybe not look so simple, whilst still keeping it in that very easy realm. One of the most simple and effective ways to do this is by adding a belt. Now, there are loads of different belts you can go for, but the main sort of belts are like, you know, a thin belt, a thick belt, or something a little bit more accessorized, like a chain belt. Any of these options will work with this outfit, but much like the shoes, it's just going to change the vibe a little bit, and that's it. Another easy way to do this is just by adding a pair of socks. I'm not even joking, just any pair of white socks. I mean, I chose white because they go with the plaid pattern on my skirt because it's black and white, but you can colour match to whatever colours you're wearing, and already you can see that it just adds a pop. It just adds something to the outfit. It looks better just by adding a pair of socks. So simple, so effective. And now the final thing that you can mess around with is just adjusting the outfit that you're wearing. So for example, with the sweater, you could take it off and that white t-shirt is then matching with the white pattern on the black skirt and also the white socks. So it's very colour coordinated, looks very nice. Or you could put your jumper over your shoulders and look like a posh prick. Anyways guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you found this useful. I know I didn't go into like everything like makeup, wigs, etc. But everyone's got to start somewhere, and believe me when I say it's better to just start with the really basic things like clothes and then build up into things like makeup, wigs, etc. You don't want to run before you can walk. You know, you want to take simple and easy steps to get there. And I promise you, your confidence will just go through the roof. Like, this was one of my first ever cross-dressing outfits, and it's kept me going all this time. So yeah guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Monday for another video.